Hello, this is a review on all the cold steel blades that I own up to this date. Start with what I believe is my first folder, which is the Hideout 2. You can see right away that the tip of the blade is kind of messed up. That was due to the tip just breaking off after being impaled into a log, and was taken out and the tip broke off. Not by me, by a friend. And so I had that rounded out so it looked somewhat normal instead of just a flat tip. Though I'm not a huge fan of it, and I don't really use it too much anymore, or EDC it anymore. This just kind of stays in my box. So yeah, Hideout 2. Pretty solid knife in general though. I do like it a lot, not minus this, but before that I really did like it a lot. It's a really solid looking knife. 4-inch blade. Yeah. Next is my Recon 1. This is the I think it's the mini or the small. I'm not sure because I know the large or extra large is a 5.5-inch blade, and then it goes down to 4 inches and 3, which is this. And then I believe it's just 1 or 2 for the mini. You see this is the Bowie style, I believe. If you're wondering what all these scratch marks are, that is from when I first discovered shotgunning, from when I was younger. And it's what I would use to shotgun my beers when I was about 14. Yeah, it's got the triad lock, like the Hideout. Very solid, not going anywhere, no blade play. This is a really solid knife too, very grippy, fits well in the hand. Nice little 3-inch blade, definitely good for EDC. Like that one a lot. Next, we'll do the Hideout. Definitely one of my favorites. I got this around the same time I got these. I guess I was about 14 or 15. It's definitely one of my favorites because I've been always a big fan of stilettos, and I just think they're super cool. You can see the blade is got some weird scratches to it. That's because it got very rusty. Well, not very, but it got pretty rusty at one point, and I, being a 15-year-old, I didn't really know what to do with that. So I think I just got sandpaper and just grinded the shit out of the blade, but it ended up looking pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that. It's not many cold steel folders have the liner lock, but I kind of like it on this knife. And I kind of prefer a liner lock sometimes because you can just quickly, there's one hand, you need 2 hands with the triad. Both very solid though. You can also drag this on your pants or just about on anything and it'll open up. Super fast deployment. You can even use this here with just a little flick. I don't know why you would do that though. This comes out super fast. Very solid. Moving on. Let's do this. I got a lot more recently. It's my Recon 1 and the Tanto version. It's the 4-inch model, 4-inch blade model. So you can see the difference right away. Also, it being newer, the handles are different. I'm not sure if they went from the G10 to a Grivex something. I'm not too sure. But you can see the difference in length. It's just about 1 inch, 1.5 inches. Both solid EDCs. This one for defense, definitely a lot better if that's your reason for carrying. It is not it's my secondary, I suppose. I chose the serrations because I didn't really have any other serrated knives yet, and I thought it looked pretty sick. And I also hadn't owned a Tanto yet, and I wanted one, and I always wanted This knife, pretty much, though I could only afford this one when I was younger. Being older now, I can afford ones like this. It's got the triad lock like all the others. Well, not that, but you know. Very solid. You can just use, you don't even have to use the thumb stud, you can just use the weight of the knife to flick it out. And then just, yeah. Very solid knife. This I got pretty recently too. This is my Chris Voyager. I'm a huge fan of this one because it's my first Chris blade, and it is also a 5.5 inch blade, which is just overkill, but I love overkill. I'm an overkill guy. Very solid knife. You can just, again, just use the, it's hard to get it in camera here, use the weight of the blade to open it up, and then just press the triad button here and just close it. Obviously not as practical as, say, the Recon one, either of the Recon ones, I suppose, but still very cool. I'm mostly a collector, so I'm not really going off practicality here. This just looks cool as fuck, and I like it. Next is definitely one of my favorites. It's the Paradox, the large version too. This knife is beautiful. I love it so much. I'm a big fan of butterfly knives, and obviously this isn't a real butterfly knife, but the look, well, it looks like a 42, a Benjamin 42. Yeah, this is the only knife I know that has handles like this. They snap. But, and you have to use two hands to open it too, so it doesn't make for a very good EDC. But you can pull it, you can do this generally pretty fast. And it's not too big of an issue, but if you were caught in a scenario where you only had one hand available, you'd be kind of fucked. However, this definitely makes for a good self-defense tool. It has titanium handles, I'm pretty sure. So if you didn't feel like stabbing someone but want to give them a good, you know, poke to the ribs or knock to the temple, this could definitely fuck them up pretty good. Yeah, very solid, very intimidating. Yeah, see how fast I pulled that out? Not too much to worry about. I'm a big fan of this one. Moving on. Change in size here. Got the 1911. This one I got a bit more recently too. Let me just wipe off that blade. I really like this one a lot. Another liner lock. This is definitely one of my favorites, just because of how well you can fidget it, just like that. I really like that a lot. And I'm just a fan of the 1911 pistol in general. You can see it's got the grips like that. Very solid, very good EDC. I've been using this the past couple weeks as my EDC, and it's very solid. It's very light. I like this one a lot. Now I'm realizing I don't have all my knives. Where's my frenzy? Oh, I will be right back. Oh, there it is. Here's the frenzy. This is probably my favorite cold steel knife that I own. Oh, just look at it. Holy fuck, what a knife. 5.5 inch blade, like these two. Just so solid. Let me wipe it off here, get rid of those fingerprints. Oh, I had to go with the gray. I was a fan of the blue, but just black's more my style. You just press it and fuck, it's so hard to do in the camera, in the frame here, but just use the weight to open her up. Yeah, this is the Warncliffe style blade. I really like that a lot. It's probably, I think that's what initially drew me to it, but I was always a fan of just the ridiculous length of it. If you want to compare it, these guys, can see all about the same when it comes to length. Just about. I'd have to say probably the Frenzy is my favorite though. It's in between this and one of the fixed blades that I'm about to bring out. I guess my mind goes from liking one to another. So we got just one more folding knife actually, and it's my most recent one that I got. This is the Kudu Light, I should say. You know, I actually really like this knife a lot, and it's one of the cheapest ones that I own. And yeah, I don't know, it's the whatever kind of locking mechanism that's called. There's no triad lock or liner lock. It's just sheer force, but that shit's not going anywhere. You really gotta slam it down. It's hard, but you definitely don't want to catch a finger in there, because bye-bye. Especially with this guy too, actually. Yeah, that's how you chop off a finger. Another thing I really like about this knife is the mirror blade. I'm always a fan of a mirror blade. I have one other knife, and it's not even cold steel, that has a blade like that, so it's what drew me to it a lot. Just really light, just feels solid, even though it's so cheap. You know, it's cold steel, so you know it's a good knife either way. I would prefer, well, so all of my knives, I guess, have the thumb stud. It's kind of cool having to open it like this, but it would be nice to be able to open it one hand so I could EDC it more. I don't think I will be EDCing this too much. There's also no pocket clip, but I don't know, maybe drop this one in the boot. It's very solid. $12 knife, so I recommend it. Alright, we're gonna move on to my fixed blades now. Show you guys the first one I ever got. This is my, well, I got this the same time that I got my holdout actually. That was for, I think it was rather my 12th or 13th birthday, around there. Oh, maybe 14, no. Yeah, I think I was about 13. Anyways, this is the Hideout, double-edged, very nice, super light. You can put this one between your knuckles and punch someone with it if you want. Wear it as a neck knife if you like. I just got the these clips in the mail, and you can actually attach it and wear it sideways or however you like on your belt. Though I haven't set that up yet. Yeah, really solid knife. I like the thumb here, just very good grip. That's not leaving your hand. And I think it's one of my only, if not, yeah, I think that might be my only double-edged blade. So that's just kind of a cool feature. Yeah. Well, I'll leave it out of the sheath, I guess. Let's just put that there. Alright, moving on. This is the, what's it called? Pendleton? Yeah. Pendleton Mini Hunter. This one I used a lot back in my day for when I was barbecuing. I kind of refused to use a fork or anything. This was the only knife I would use. So I was probably cutting up hot dogs and shit like that. Burger buns with this guy. But very solid knife. I definitely do you well for skinning a fish or a rabbit or some shit. I don't know. Solid knife. Got the Securix sheath. Strap that to your belt. Let's do the double agent. Very cool knife. Definitely a good self-defense knife. Could really mess someone up with this one. Super sharp, super pointy. Doesn't make for the best EDC, but well, you know what? It kind of, I don't know. A knife is a knife, right? I think you could if you really wanted to. It also just depends what you're doing. When I say EDC, I mean opening the occasional cardboard box. or just something like that, you know. So, and you could easily use this for that. Anyways, almost done here. This is the Roach belly, and this is the only one that doesn't come in this Secure X sheath. This is, well, I'm not sure what it is actually, but it's not Secure X. Still solid. Almost prefer it just because it's not that solid plastic, and it's just, I don't know. You can just pull this one right out too. It's not really that secure in any way. I mean, that one's, it's not gonna go anywhere. I think you'd have to really try to make it come out, but that just sits perfectly right there. Solid knife for sure. Yeah. We're running out of room here. I'll do this. I don't know. Moving on, got this just in the mail yesterday, along with the Kudu. This is my holdout, or sorry, my secret edge. It looks like the holdout. That's why I said that. You see, they're very similar. It's pretty much just the fixed blade version. The tip that used to look like this. But you know, it got messed up. Yeah, so it's pretty. It's very thin. It's all one solid piece. Fits the hand very well. It's a good little stabber. I know the blade is 3.5 inches and the handle is just 3. I think I'd prefer if the handle had a 1/2 inch more, just so it could fit there just a bit more. I don't really like that, but you know, not the end of the world. It's still a badass looking knife. Can be a neck knife if you like. Comes with a Secure X sheath. So you see I got the C-clip here that I can't figure out how to attach, so I just got duct tape there. Not as even a temporary solution. I haven't even tried to see if that works yet. But yeah, I'm gonna try to figure that out because I'd like to wear this one for sure. Well, that doesn't need to go back in anyways. All right, I guess I saved the 2 biggest for last. Here is my Leatherneck, and you see this one, that is probably my most used knife. I've actually split quite a bit of wood with this one. I think that's why I got it, but well, pretty much all my knives I get just because I think they look cool and I'd like to add them to my collection. But when I am getting one, I'd like to get some kind of practical use out of it too if I could. So I went with this. And got this one when I was about 15. Very solid fixed blade for sure. This will last you forever. Thick ass blade. Yeah, it's solid. Very solid knife. There's not much I can say about it. Secure X sheath. Yeah, solid knife. All right. Last up is my Marauder. Got this one pretty recently too. It's probably my favorite fixed blade that I own. I can hardly fit this one, and it's my biggest knife that I own too. I went with the fully serrated version. Well, that's all they had in the store, but that's probably what I've gotten and what I would have got anyways. Yeah, this is my ultimate fucking doomsday knife. You know, if shit really hits the fan, this is what's coming with me. You know, I have great confidence in this knife. Yeah, let's flip the camera here. You can really show everything. Yeah. Oh, I guess I left this out. I have the Viking tomahawk. Well, the Viking axe made it a tomahawk. The handle broke quite some time ago. I haven't thrown this in forever. I also own some of like the true flight throwers. but I'm not entirely sure where those are, and they're super scuffed up anyways. And I don't know, they're just not really worth showing, I'd say. I also own 2 of the canes, but this was a blade review. So yeah. So yeah, Frenzy's probably my favorite, I'd say. I can show you what I was talking about now. Well, sometimes you can do it, I guess sometimes you can't. Yeah, there we go. Anyways, I do own more blades that aren't cold steel, but just not really enough to make a review. Maybe I'll review them individually, but I'm not sure. I mostly just want to show off my collection here. Oh, if you're wondering what that's from, I had 4 stitches here. That was from this guy. That was misused though. I tried to open a beer, a Heineken bottle with it, kind of just like that, and a blade came back and hit my hand, opened me up pretty nice, but very solid knife for sure. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching.